Alright, my name's Dave Harford from Black Leader Analysis. If you could, just like the video and subscribe. I'm trying to build up my following. Okay, so the movie Black Klansman. I watched Green Book. Earlier this week, I got to watch Black Klansman on Friday night. And I have to say, I didn't like the movie at all. I'm a big Spike Lee fan. And it had a lot of his signatures in it where, really good soundtrack and the roller scene where he's on a platform and they roll down. But it just wasn't a good movie at all. It was really unrealistic in that the Klansmen in the movie, they suspect that the infiltrators, Denzel Washington's son, and then the Jewish guy, they don't know he's Jewish, that they are, that something's fishy about them. But they never really take a hard enough stance on it. Like, I don't believe that if a bunch of Klansmen suspected somebody was infiltrating, that they wouldn't just kill them immediately. There's always these weird things, like they tried to take the one guy down to the basement with a lie detector test, and Denzel's Washington's son saves him, and it just wasn't good. Nothing about it. I mean, Denzel Washington's son, I liked him to some extent in the movie, but I kind of kept hearing his dad in his voice, and he's not as good an actor as his father. I mean, I don't think anybody's as good as actor as his father. Maybe 5-6 people, but I looked up some things before I watched it about the real Ron Stallworth, and actually Ron Stallworth, he worked in the Colorado Springs Police Department, and a lot of his job was infiltrating different groups of black militants in Colorado Springs. That was the majority of his job. He did do this, but the majority of his job was thwarting black extremists. And the whole love story about it was, so Denzel Washington's son's character, John David Washington, he infiltrates this militant SNCC group. And SNCC had Stokely Carmichael come, and he meets this girl, and they kind of start falling in love over the movie. And she has to come to grips with becoming in love with an officer, even though she hates policemen. And that was kind of campy and predictable. She hated the cops, but then she had to learn to love John David Washington. There's one part of it where one of the Klansmen actually goes to the black dude's house, because when John David Washington ran to save the white guy from this lie detector test, he ran through, got in a car, and drove off, and they took the license plate number down. The Klansman took the license plate number down. He followed the car, and he ended up at John David Washington's house. Like, I don't believe if he came to that black dude's house like that and he saw him driving away, that he wouldn't have, killed the guy, or John David Washington wouldn't have had to kill him. Another part of the movie, the black woman that John David Washington falls in love with, she was actually accosted by the police officer and felt up. And they do the sting operation to get the guy. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't believe cops would do that to another cop. I just don't believe that. Actually, I heard a couple of internet articles saying that the New York PD Police Department actually paid Spike to come up with a movie to help with the relations with the black community. So I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it on 2 or 3 different kind of gossipy websites. But if that pans out to be true, I'm borderline at the point of just mute Spike Lee if that's true, because he definitely shouldn't be making propaganda for the police department. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, the Black Klansman wasn't anywhere near as good a movie as the Green Book. I'm going to keep watching all the best movie nominees. I'm going to tell you which one was the best too. So I'm going to keep this up and I'll let you know my opinion on it. So that's it. Thanks.